and cold calling in 2025 are an incredible waste of time. And if you're doing it, you're being left behind. I'm Dr. Brian Yarl, and you've made it now to day 7. Congratulations. Over the past week, we've covered everything you need to know to launch, grow, and monetize a podcast that generates high-quality leads and revenue. If you're wanting to compete with AI, this is one of the best ways to be able to do it because AI can't create relationships, right? But now it's time to take action because knowledge is useless without execution. So today I'm giving you a simple 7-day action plan that will help you launch your podcast and start attracting leads immediately. Even if you've never recorded a single podcast episode before, by the end of this plan, you'll be on your way to building a podcast that brings in business on autopilot. So day 1, what we did, we talked where we picked a podcast topic and a name. The first step in choosing a podcast topic that speaks directly to your ideal client. And so those action steps were pick a niche that aligns with your business. Real estate, mortgage, financial planning, whatever that is. Second thing, choose a clear benefit-driven podcast name. Example, the first-time homebuyer podcast. And then write a 1-sentence description of who your podcast is and what your podcast is, who it's for, and what problem it solves. So the pro tip here is if your podcast title and description don't clearly state who it's for, you'll struggle to attract the right audience. Then on day 2, we said set up your recording equipment on a great budget because you don't need expensive equipment to start, just the basics to record high quality audio. Then set up a USB microphone, maybe a Samsung Q2U or ATRX 2100X. They're great starter mics. Choose a recording platform, Zoom, Riverside, StreamYard, or Zencastr, I guess it's called. Download free editing software, Audacity or for the PC or GarageBand for the Mac. The pro tip here was record in a quiet room with no echo sound. Audio quality, sound quality is more important than anything else. And so day 3, we want to plan an outline for your first 3 episodes. So your first 3 episodes should establish credibility and deliver massive value to your audience. And so those action steps, episode 1, your story, why you started the podcast. Episode 2, the biggest mistakes your clients make and how to fix them. And maybe episode 3, interview a guest who brings you leads. The pro tip here is your first 3 to 5 episodes should position you as the trusted expert in the industry. Then day 4, we talked about recording your first episode. Now that you have your content ready, it's time to hit and get going and record, right? So those action steps, record your first episode. Keep it 10 to 20 minutes back. Speak naturally, don't overthink it. End with a clear call to action, book a free consultation with me, or, this is for your guests, that they can go see them. However you do, the pro tip there was done is better than perfect. Doing something is better than perfect. Your podcast will improve over time. You just need to get started. So day 5, we talked about publish and distribute your podcast. Time to get your podcast out into the world. So those action steps were upload your podcast to a hosting platform, Buzzsprout, Anchor, Podbean, something, right? Submit the Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Google Podcast. Write a strong episode title and description. Use SEO-friendly keywords that ChatGPT can help you with. So the pro tip there was make your title searchable. People find podcasts by searching for solutions. Don't forget that's the problem that you are solving. Day 6, that was yesterday, we said promote your podcast for maximum reach. Promote your podcast, it's just the beginning. Now you need to promote it. And so those action steps were create short clips of your episodes and post them on Instagram, Reels, TikTok, LinkedIn, of course YouTube, right, if it's video. Send your episode link to your email list. Ask your guests to share the episode with their audience. Create a 12-week follow-up system for your guests where you're spending time giving them value. The first 24 to 40 hours are crucial for visibility, so promote aggressively. Have that time schedule where you're sending it out at the same time every single week. Day 7, turn your listeners into clients, right? A podcast should be more than just content. It should be a lead generation machine. So those action steps had a strong fit, call to action every episode. Example, put the free strategy call. Give them your website so they can go do that. Set up a landing page to capture listener emails. Start a follow-up sequence for your guests. But the pro tip here is your podcast is a trust building tool. Use it to bring in warm leads who are ready to buy. So there you have it. It's your 7-day action plan for launching a lead generation podcast. If you follow this step by step, you'll have a podcast that attracts high value clients and positions you as the expert in your industry. But if you want to go deeper, faster, with expert guidance, then my 6-week podcasting program is exactly what you need. Let me help you set this up. Let me get you going in 30 days. Let me make sure you're ready to go. So, because inside the program, you're going to learn how to launch your podcast in 30 days without tech headaches, how to get high-level guests to bring you business, how to turn conversations into actual deals and clients, and how to scale and monetize your podcast for that passive income you want. So click the link below, enroll now. This program is designed for serious professionals who want to use podcasting as a powerful lead generation tool. So if that's you, let's make it happen. If you are doing those cold calls, if you are prospecting, stop it. It's just going to frustrate you. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.